Basically, the art style in Darksiders 1 and 2, there are similarities there, but of course, we've tried to improve upon what we did on Darksiders 1. A big thing for me is that Darksiders 1, the environments were a little bit more realistic and the characters very stylized. In the second game, I really wanted to see if I can bring the environment closer to the stylization of the characters, but still maintain that Darksiders gritty feel. So I like to think that we've kind of evolved the environment to match much better with the characters. Darksiders 1 was relatively about 15 hours, 16 hours. Some people completed it less, quicker. It's always a tricky thing to balance how much people want out of a game. Now, Darksiders 2 is much bigger. Reason it's much bigger is because you've got questing, you've got exploration. So you have a main path that you can get through the game. We're looking at maybe 20, 25 hours. But if you want to, some people want more. And for them, there's side quests, there's a whole bunch of different side elements that you can complete, which will expand on the game and give you a lot more depth. So, it all depends on you as a player. The trick with Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2 is there's a lot of exploration and discovering what the puzzle is. So, there is a fine balance between how much information do we give the player. This is the trick with puzzles. We debated this. Sometimes we made the puzzles really easy, and people in playtests have said, well, there's no puzzle here. It's easy. I know exactly what to do. So it has always been kind of tricky to make that balance. I think we have different levels of prompts. When the characters are fully fleshed out, Khan or any of the NPCs that you saw in there, they should give you certain amounts of information by a certain time. And also, we're developing the crow. So I don't know if you noticed that Death also has a crow, and the crow will also prompt you, kind of give you a hint as to where you might want to go, which I think is going to help a lot of the players out if they want that extra clue, to what they should be doing. So in Darksiders 1, we found that you got your horse ruined. Of course, what's a horseman without his horse? We felt on reflection and listening to the fans, and that you got the horse too late in the game. It's like we want to get the exploration up and going. So this time you're going to get a horse. You'll get a horse. So the horse is called Despair. Obviously we have Death and Despair, War and Ruin. So we're going to give the horse way earlier this time. And the horse has different types of abilities. Obviously you can travel across further distance, and there's minimum horse combat, but really it's to get you about and adventuring quickly. And there's sometimes you're going to find you're going to need a horse to get across certain places in the game that you can only do on horseback and only with a certain horse ability. So so it's definitely an integral part of the gaming experience.
I see you, Rider of Death. You offer so little.
I have an offer in mind.